prospect at the Johnson's Paint Players' Championship. Two of the game's greats are about to renew a rivalry that dates back more than 20 years. Between them, they've lifted the world title 11 times and given more than 50 years of service to snooker, which is why this evening we're asking everyone who is able to stand in appreciation of their huge talents and in anticipation of a mouth-watering match to come. It is showtime here in Telford. Please welcome a player of immense determination on and off the table. Winner of 4 world titles so far, 22 ranking crowns in all. He will give it absolutely everything tonight. So come on, Telford, give it up for the jester from Leicester, Mark. And his opponent, winner of 4 major titles already this season. Without question, he's the greatest of all time. The world #1, blink and you'll miss him, the Rocket, Ronnie Sullivan.
One of snooker's great rivalries in terms of style, personality, and how much they each want to beat the other.
The first frame, Ronnie Sullivan to break.
They're not friends, they don't have to be. This is all business. They are both great champions, and this is what you call a proper snooker match. It's packed here, they're on their feet for the two as they entered best of 11 for a place in the semi-finals of this Players' Championship. These two played in Shanghai earlier this season, but it's their first meeting in the UK since 2020 and their first meeting in front of a live crowd pre-COVID since the start of that year at the Welsh Open. I think it's fair to say, Alan, there's a lot of anticipation in the air tonight.
Yeah, oh yes, there is. Lovely intro, David. What an evening this one's going to be. They're back together at last. Yeah, terrific cue ball. That's going to be every shot of this match tonight. Almost feel like a mini event. I don't think Ronnie O'Sullivan has all that many mental scars administered to him down the years, but if he does, and the man in the opposite chair tonight has been the one to deliver them in the past.
Oh, and a miss. Mark Selby 4.
Let's go back. Bratislava, Barcelona, our referee. It's 17-11 overall in the head-to-head to Sullivan. It's actually their first meeting on ITV. Of course, it's a quarter-final match, but in terms of finals, Selby's actually got the edge 6-3, and as Neil made the point in the studio, he's won in all 3 Triple Crown finals against O'Sullivan.
Would you bring it up, Ben?
Hey, O'Sullivan just asking that they check the cue ball's in the right spot.
Slightly further towards me. little bit more.
It's Ben Williams, the marker, just guiding
Yeah,
the
that's
referee.
perfect.
The point about this match, I think, and there's been a lot of build-up as there should be, there's a lot of history, but the present is actually compelling, isn't it? Sullivan's having one of his greatest ever seasons. Mark Selby hasn't been in such good form, but this one result, if he were to win tonight, would maybe transform everything for him.
Foul. And a miss. Mark
And
Selby
now
4.
then, could he see a red full ball? Because if he could, he's going to hear the warning imminently from Desislava. He can see a red full ball. But we haven't heard the warning yet. If it's not administered, then there's no 3 strikes and you're out. The warning has to be given.
Foul. And a miss.
Well,
Mark Selby
it's
4.
already big, isn't it? Because it wasn't given.
Yeah, the reds that are just right of the pink, you just get to see them here. You don't necessarily have to hit any one of them full ball. It's the whole width of a pack of reds. If there is room, which there is there, the warning should have been...
I have to apologize. If you miss again, you'll lose the frame. Because you can actually see a red full ball.
Yeah. Okay,
Sorry about
good
that.
enough. Desislava has
He can see
apologised.
a red
and
full
just...
ball. So I just warned him. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Mark's taken it in good
Well, it's my
part.
fault
Absolutely
that I didn't warn
fine.
you after the second time, so I apologize.
Yeah,
Yeah, but if you
that's
miss
good
this
by
time, you lose the
Desislava.
frame.
She made a minor mistake, but rectified quickly. We're all human. That happens. So, got to hit one or loss of frame.
Well, he certainly hit one. This is why you have to watch a match like this right from the start, because already it's been eventful, it's been controversial. O'Sullivan just whacked them.
Yeah, in a strange way, he did the correct thing. He got to hit one. That was rule number 1. Did that, so... This is the leave. Half chance for Mark. Plenty waiting. Nicely done.
Well, what a chance to just settle in. As I say, it's not been the best of seasons for Selby. We did see him in the British Open final. That was back in early October. Lost second round of the Welsh Open just last week. But in the second half against Barry Hawkins, he started to play really well. He finished off strongly. Came in our studio and was happy with the way he closed that match out. He knows how well he'll have to play tonight. That's the thing when you play O'Sullivan. Yes, it's a massive test, but there's no sort of wriggle room, really. Got to produce it, and he's been handed
4.
a golden opening here, hasn't he?
Eleven. $12.
Yes, I agree with in the studio when they're talking about the tail end of that win against Barry Hawkins. Mark was much better. That was the 2 words I used when I saw him in studio after it. It was very good. And it was also interesting when
17.
Jill was asking for predictions. It was nice, actually, wasn't it? They were both kind of, well, Mark might be his time tonight. Oh, there's the first bad mistake of
Mark Selby 17.
this huge match.
Yeah, he was stretching a bit, wasn't he? Wasn't ideal on it, really. Still expected him to get it. So Sullivan was not punished for the shot he played, just crashing into them.
One.
142nd appearance in a ranking event quarter-final. Incredible numbers over 3 decades and counting. 4 titles, big titles this season. He hasn't actually lost a match for 103 days. He's won 16 on the spin in various tournaments. Last player to beat him was Zhang Anda at the International Championship in November.
Six. Nine. Ten.
Yeah, that was crisp. Didn't look much mid-distance red, well within Gorse's capability, but that was the sound of it as much as anything else. Good early sign, that. But the favour returned. Didn't see that one. He's half with it, but...
Ronnie Sullivan, 10.
Uncharacteristic miss, that, isn't it? Certainly in recent times.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the reception they got. You know, you wouldn't be human if you didn't have a few nerves coursing around your body on walking out to that. So maybe both players just need a bit of time to settle, particularly the way this frame's gone so far as well. Their first meeting was back in 2002 in Shanghai, the China Open. Selby actually won that. He was a teenager, completely unheralded. And then so many memorable meetings since. Remember the World Semi 4 years ago in lockdown when Sullivan played pretty unorthodox stuff to fight back at the end and get over the line.
Well, there's a bonus. He's going to be tight in behind the yellow. So you immediately get drawn to which red is Ronnie going to be trying to play on. The one on the left cushion is no good.
Mark Selby, 1.
In fact, I'm having a scan. I can't see anything that's any good, really. The only one, the red nearest the black, would be probable target, but how does he get there? Looking for 3 cushions to try and find it. So a little bit of good fortune has given Mark a good opening again.
Second good one of the frame. Surely he has to take this one now, because you're not guaranteed to get more than one against O'Sullivan on top form, which he hasn't been yet.
1.
Yeah, straight away, try and get the red away from the black. Quite a big shot, this. It makes the chance at least 2 or 3 times easier. Played it beautifully.
6.
Mark Selby's 95th ranking quarter-final.
Seven.
And regardless of the vagaries of form, which over a long season will come and go, we know that he's going to be giving it, as ever, absolutely everything. Said himself he sees playing Sullivan as the ultimate challenge. It's a challenge he's met many times.
14.
And of course O'Sullivan has got the better of him many times. It's such an interesting matchup, this. I think everyone's been looking forward to it all day.
$15. $20.
Well, this is a bit, yeah, he was stretching there, but this is a bit like the red he missed initially when he was in, so just getting a bit more length on the cue. Doesn't want to make the same mistake. 40 in front.
$21.
Red nailed to the side cushion gives him some security. Brown safe as well, so he's a heavy favourite now to win this frame.
$20. $29. $44.
I've been watching Ronnie in the chair these last few shots. He's eyeballing every move that Mark Selby's making out there. I haven't seen O'Sullivan look this stern, I think, in a long time.
52.
Well, let's be clear. There are players in the game, including top players, who are intimidated by Ronnie O'Sullivan. Mark Selby is not one of them. Doesn't mean he'll beat him, but he's not scared of him.
$60. $62.
The good thing about the way that he's cleaned this frame up at the second time of asking, the mistake the first time round will be completely banished.
65.
Yeah, and in the end he's made a nice break, which of course is how he ended the match against Hawkins. He was starting to find some fluency. Wasn't all scrapping, far from it. So, first blood in this intriguing matchup here in Telford tonight goes to the 4-times world champion, Mark Selby.
Mark Selby to break.
So Mark Selby's 65 in the end, the key break in frame 1 of this best of 11 encounter. The winner plays John Higgins or Zhang Anda in the semi-finals of the Players' Championship. They play the last quarter-final tomorrow afternoon. We know, of course, tomorrow night the first semi-final is Mark Allen against Ali Carter.
That is very telling that he refused. It may just be the case that sometimes a player gets a feeling out there, I don't fancy this, it doesn't feel right, so they renege on it. But it might be that he doesn't want to give Mark anything for free by taking a risk of his own. Interesting. Got to be watchful here of pushing a red just where the pack is. Doesn't want to push a red to the right of them because that middle pocket's quite big at the moment for any potential red to that centre pocket. It's worth noting. See, there's a couple of reds going in the right wing, and it might just tempt Ronnie to press the button because the pocket's a lot bigger than it is normally. Having a look at it, that was the worry. Here we go.
Well, it looked in, didn't it? But it didn't drop. And on such fine margins, whole matches can rest.
It was almost the only way he could miss it, barring obviously hitting near jaw.
One. Yeah.
So Selby's already, of course, had some table time. He's made a nice half century, and already here in frame two, another good scoring chance, you've got to say. Black's available, red spread. So you'd be disappointed not to make something substantial here.
Six. Seven. $14. 15. 22.
Something that might help Mark tonight in this match, I mean, remains to be seen. I'm just thinking that because he's not been in his best form of late, maybe thinking about some technical stuff, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of that will have been taken away. The fact that he's playing against Sullivan. All that's in his mind is don't miss because you've got to play your best stuff. It's the only thing that's going to get this job done tonight. So all that's kind of removed in some way. You know, maybe not thinking about the technical side of the game. It's just play snooker.
28.
And as we know, down the years, there's no one in the game, actually, that's made Mark come alive as a player as when he comes up against Ronnie.
29.
Yeah, he beat him to win his first ranking title, the Welsh Open, back in 2008. It was a typical sort of Selby performance. He was 8-5 down, looked down and out, came back to win 9-8.
$32. $33. $38. $39.
Let's see if he has a tactical shot here. I mean, brown for easy red, no problem. Sometimes you think maybe just keep that red in bulk as a saver. Deciding to take it now.
$43. $44.
Yeah, that was good. He reset there, got down the shots. Difficult to do that back off. A little bit of doubt in his mind, so, and that tells us as well that he's thinking very clearly. Players often go down the shot, they don't feel correct, and I'll just play it anyway. And you know what's going to happen then. You make a silly mistake, so that was good.
$48.
So he missed that red in the first frame, just stretching slightly. That was his first scoring chance, but made the most of his second chance. And so far, he's making the most of this one. 54 in front, a couple more reds. Should see him home for 2-0. But not tying O'Sullivan up in knots, is he? He's scoring. Obviously, the snooker from the fluke helped in frame one. And O'Sullivan was left with that sort of do-or-die red to the right middle in this frame.
This red then, all but secure frame
61.
2. The tail end of his match against Barry Hawkins didn't score a point the last 46.5 minutes of that match. This one's been going almost half an hour. Ronnie scored 10 points. So in the last hour and almost 15 minutes of live play out there,
69.
Mark has only conceded 10 points.
$70.
Once again, Sullivan, she's been sat there watching, hoping, of course, to come back to the table, but he'll have to wait now for frame 3. The other thing is Selby, he's getting on with it, isn't he? 20 seconds a shot. You know, he's not prevaricating, and that
77.
in itself is a sign that he's feeling confident. He's feeling up for this tonight, as Sullivan will pick up on all of this from his seat.
78.
That was a lovely little
84.
shot. Didn't quite get low enough to promote the red, but can do off the pink, no problem.
85. $91.
Not to be,
Mark Selby,
but
91.
a fine 91. Once again, Mark Selby seizing on the chance. And he holds the early advantage here in this fascinating quarter-final. He leads Ronnie O'Sullivan 2-0. So many people have come to see that man here in Telford tonight, but so far he's been really one of the spectators, hasn't he? Mark Selby's dominated the first 2 frames, breaks a 65-91. Let's see if things change here in frame 3. There's a possible 11 to play this evening. Well, the red has travelled, but he's got cover.
Has the cue ball nestled? I think it has. He hasn't left anything. And no touching ball, so that's also a bonus for Mark. No one in the history of the game has ever been as effective as Mark Selby in this type of situation. Every time you come to the table, you've got at least a problem to deal with, and often it's a serious one. He always knows where to put the cue ball to give you a headache. Coming round. The fact that he wants to take the pot on gives you a window into his own mind tonight. He clearly fancies this. He wants to play the pot and be aggressive. Here we go then. This is such a tough shot. Oh, if he gets a bounce, he's perfect, and he's got it. What a shot. Throw that in the hot shot reel.
Mark Selby on the front foot, and he can be as dangerous as anyone in that mood. He doesn't always feel in that frame of mind, but clearly tonight he's already got the advantage after 2 good frames, and now he's trying to press it home. Just feels ever since Sullivan missed that brown in the first frame that Selby's just been in full control of this match. Every sort of move has been his.
Nine.
Doesn't seem like it, but this is quite an important shot to get on that red next to the black. Anything around straight, and he's in absolute business here. That'll do lovely. This is a brilliant chance to press on farther.
16.
And all the creation courtesy of a thunderbolt from deep bulk. What a pot that was.
$24. $25.
pink looks like going to be on the green spot, which is no great hardship. It almost gets it out of the way.
31.
A little bit more room to just work on blue and black.
So, unexpected error just as he was looking to be in golden form. Just came out of nowhere. And Sullivan quickly out of his seat. Half an hour since he potted one.
Yeah, here's the miss, the classic example of hitting across the ball, as we call it. He just plain old mistimed it. Ronnie's got something to work with on this brown off straight. So the gauntlet has been thrown down tonight.
5.
His opponent, what's he got in response? He needs something, and quickly. This is a test. Just about past. But just about's enough.
Yeah, crept in, didn't it? Side door. Well, he's played the positive shot and he's not got the result. Trying to get the reds into play. Just stuck on one.
13. Touching ball.
Yeah, fair play, trying to get them in the open. I just wonder, would he have played that against other players, normal players? Yeah, I suppose we'll never know, but I think he's mindful. He's just got to get them open quickly for a quick kill in any frame, Ronnie. He doesn't want to get embroiled. Because for the large parts of this match so far, he's been given the run around by Mark.
Yeah, no, Sullivan is really keyed up for this match as well. You know, he's been practicing a lot upstairs in that practice room. Regardless of what he might have said in interviews, he'd bang up for winning another tournament this week. And this match, of course, doesn't need any extra motivation for.
Massive mistake. Massive mistake, and he's left the red that Mark missed a few minutes ago. That is so unlike O'Sullivan to make a basic error like that, full ball on a red, and the path back to bulk. If this red goes in, he should win the frame, all things being equal, and it goes.
1.
Get a cast iron grip on things.
And once again, if he does, and he's still got to do it, then he can forget about the red that he missed. No need to dwell on errors if they haven't cost you. On the most basic level, they're playing a game of snooker, but they're playing each other as well. And that vibe, that dynamic, is playing its part tonight, for sure.
9. 14. 15. 22. 23.
Yeah, that vibe that you talk of, David, it's apparent, isn't it? I think everyone in the Telford Centre can sort of sense it and feel it out there. When he's playing well, this guy, no one makes you kind of feel like you don't have any time to breathe in the match. You can't let off your concentration for a split second, because he puts so much concentration into
29.
those little exchanges from this side of the table playing safe. He puts massive effort into every little shot. All those little innocuous ones that you don't think mean anything, they mean the world to this guy. He's got you under constant pressure, so when he's in form, he's so difficult to handle.
So this red is for 3-0. What a start for Mark Selby. He missed a red. He left a chance. O'Sullivan tried to get the balls open. That's where it went wrong initially. It was a bit unlucky, really. But then later he missed it, that safety. Left this chance, and Mark Selby has taken it.
Forty-two. 43.
'Cause from a neutral standpoint, it's so good to see him look this good in a match, Mark. Yeah, he's played some, lots of good matches this season. It's just been a bit inconsistent, but when he plays anything like his best, that's when you can see why he's won 4 times at the Crucible. Imagine playing this guy best of 35 in form.
$49.
Well, Ronnie O'Sullivan can win any sort of match from any sort of position, but were he to go 4-0 down at the interval with Selby playing well, it really is a tall order. So frame 4 coming up huge in this match. I'm sure the O'Sullivan fans and the man himself would like to see some of that magic come to the fore. If he can get in, make a nice break, it's game on again.
53.
But it's about getting in and staying in right now. His highest break tonight, just 13 in 3 frames.
54.
Whereas Mark Selby has made 3 half centuries. So far, it's been worth waiting for. It's been
61.
just over 3 years since they last played in the UK, 4 years since they last played in the UK in front of an audience.
63.
Been various other subplots on the World Snooker Tour since, but this one remains a very compelling storyline. Ronnie O'Sullivan, Mark Selby, you're never quite sure what you're going to get, other than, of course, from Selby, full commitment. And that's what we've seen tonight. He's been positive. He's gone for his shots. And a couple of mistakes he's made so far have not been punished.
$75.
Yeah, he's missed a couple, but I think so far the
81.
report card sort of reads that Mark is making Ronnie, at the moment anyway, look quite ordinary.
Well, he's capable of the extraordinary and he's going to have to produce it soon, because Mark Selby has had breaks of 65, 91 and 81. He is firmly on top, halfway to victory, leading 3-0.
Thank you. 3 and 4. Mark Selby to break.
Yeah, Mark Selby leading 3-0 in this race to 6
Keep
to
quiet
reach
now,
the
please.
semi-finals of the Players' Championship. He's halfway there. This is Sullivan looking for improvements in all areas. There you see the scale of it so far on the total points, favouring Selby massively, as you'd expect. Huge roar for that one, though. So, he's in. What can he do?
Six. 30. $14. 21.
Yeah, we know the Reds aren't on to the same left corner, the two above the black. Yeah, it's no good. I don't think the left one's on.
29.
Let's end a break, barring a double. And that's quite a poor safety by any standard to leave the half ball
29.
red.
Yeah, there you see the safety tonight. You can see Selby hasn't put a foot wrong, as Sullivan down at 56%, and that mistake there offered the chance. Mark Selby's potted the initial red.
Three. 4. Ten.
We
11.
associate Selby's victories over Sullivan as being close because most of them have been. Quite a few deciders, but actually the last one in that Scottish Open final 2020, that was 9-3. It's a rather strange time that, of course, playing behind closed doors. The fact is, he has a chance for 4-0. Obviously, soon he's got to get these reds into play.
18.
Yeah, should be promoting 1 or 2 reds off this shot, at least.
$19.
Red going on the side cushion actually helps him, providing this blue disappears. Still enough in the open to win the frame at this visit. Key shot.
I think what's been impressive is
24.
he's not doubting himself at all, is he? And in some ways in this match, you've got every right to, but I think his mind's just been focused. He's known from the start, I've got to play well tonight. And he is. He's looking confident and having a big chance here to take a decisive lead at the interval.
$25. $32. $33. $40. $41.
Just about got above the line, so can nicely in behind this next red. Quite straight though, just needs to be seen whether he tries to pinch the pocket a fraction or settles for the sort of mid-distance red. He was able to pinch the pocket just marginally.
46.
17 in front, so he won't need the red on the cushion as it stands.
$47.
don't think he can get deep enough just to nip this without playing a cannon. Might be able to. It's a good piece of ball striking this, just to nip the cue ball. Yeah, well played.
$54. $55.
Well, from the second I walked in the building this morning, people have been talking about this match. They've been offering all sorts of opinions about what might happen. But did anyone really think Mark Selby would be 4-0 up at the interval? 2 more balls and that's a reality.
62.
Just checking the scores.
$63.
He's been positive, he's been confident tonight. He's gone for his shots, he's played quickly. He's made the breaks. He's outplaying Ronnie O'Sullivan, is the truth. 2 snookers needed.
70.
And the double means O'Sullivan will not be playing for them. So the 7 times world champion, unbeaten in 103 days on the World Snooker Tour. Winner of 4 titles this season. The world #1, all the rest of it. He's in deep trouble here. 4-0 down
78.
to an old rival who's produced some vintage form. This is the return tonight of Mark Selby.
$8. $83.
And he can cap a superb start to the evening with a century break here.
$87. $92.
When they were introduced, the
98.
crowd stood up. Ronnie O'Sullivan has spent a lot of the night sat in that chair watching this man, Mark Selby, underlining just how well he's played here. Black for the century. What a start to the night for Mark Selby. He's been absolutely superb. Breaks of 65, 91, 81 and that 105. He leads Ronnie O'Sullivan at the interval by 4 frames to 0.
Please welcome the return of 2 of the all-time greats, Mark Selby and Ronnie O'Sullivan.
An inspired Ronnie O'Sullivan could be 45 minutes away from being on level terms, but he could also be half an hour away from defeat.
Thank you. Frame 5, Ronnie or Sullivan to break.
Sullivan has whitewashed Selby twice. 5-0, 4-0. Selby has never whitewashed the Rocket. It's a possibility now.
Yes, Phil. The way Mark Selby has played in those first 4 frames, 65, 91, 81, 105. Top scoring. Gonna have to do something to stop the rot.
This was said this afternoon, and it might well apply again tonight. Intervals change matches.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And Ronnie Sullivan certainly won't be giving up the ghost just yet. If anybody could come back from a deficit, it's certainly him. Cue ball looks very close. Oh, another mistake.
Foul.
Glaring
Mark Selby,
mistake.
4.
Not like Ronnie O'Sullivan at all. Once again. Left the red, an easy opener for Mark Selby, but it was careless, putting the cue ball in the pocket. Two bad safeties costing the last couple of frames. We got pink to follow, or blue.
1.
Pink was open into the left middle, but decided to come up for the blue. A little bit short. Shouldn't be a problem in and out of ball.
Six. Seven.
Yeah, just didn't get enough pace on the cue ball. The left-hand side. Just check the cue ball, slow the pace up. He's not good on this pink. Well, he's looking at putting the pink into this corner pocket, in and out of balk, in between green and brown, and back up for one of these reds at the back of the pack here. What a shot this will be. A lot of pace required. There's the pink, needs to get the gap. He has the gap. Has he got the pace? It's pretty good. Very, very good. Just another yeah, little grimace. Well, what a shot this was. He's on the red, but I'm not quite sure the angle.
13.
Well, has he got an angle? When potting this red, may be able to move the red just to the right of the black. And maybe the black might be pottable into the left corner. I'm not quite sure. He's got a slight angle on that red. He's having a look at the black. No, well, no. Black's not pottable. So may have to... Well, he's going to play the bottom one, maybe bring the black into play here.
$14.
Good attempt, but gone wrong. Black not available into the left corner, so safety shot. And this is what he has done well. When he hasn't been at the table, he's played good safety. O'Sullivan's safety has been poor by his own standard. 3 bad safety shots in a row from him.
Brown ball.
Last two cost them 2 frames.
Selby, though, will not be resting on any laurels. He knows only too well that suddenly Sullivan can turn on the brilliance and a match can be transformed in the blink of an eye. That is Mark's wife, Vicky. His daughter, Sophia. They must be very proud. But you can tell it's a very nervy experience watching someone you love, hoping they get the job done.
Yeah, Ronnie Sullivan, he always likes to play that aggressive safety shot. The figure 8 off 4 cushions, trying to bring reds into play, and at the same time getting that cue ball back into balk. This time he's got it right.
Please make sure your phones are on silent.
Yeah, that second red as we look down the line, it's not potable. He's got to miss the pack of reds here and miss the blue. It's not too bad. Fuller contact on the blue and Ronnie would have had a go of a pot. This time once again trying to get the cue ball up behind the yellow somewhere. Not too bad. Got a good cue ball. Wanted to be a little bit over using the yellow as a cover, but still nice and close to that ball cushion makes it more difficult for his opponent. And because of it, well, he's forced a slight error. Half chance for Ronnie O'Sullivan. Wonderful. Wonderful on pot. And he's going to be on the blue. Cued this beautifully.
And given the fluidity of his cueing, that's a real confidence booster when he needs it.
Six.
Well, you feel if he's going to stage a comeback, he's going to start right here. Got to make the most of these opportunities.
7.
And already, that's no good. Wrong side of the blue. Needed to be top side of the blue there. And he doesn't have a great angle even if he wants to go in and out of balk. And he's looking at the brown. Gonna avoid the yellow here. It's no good.
11. Ronnie Sullivan 11.
Loose. Leaving the cue ball on the baulk line. Simply not good enough.
I think that's the story so far. His safety just hasn't concentrated on, and straightforward safeties. I mean, not difficult. Third and fourth frames were exactly the same. Because this man has been so sharp as well when he's got the chance. He's knocked them in. Another tough one. Oh, this time he's missed it.
It sounded like a very clunky contact, actually. We don't see many kicks these days. Maybe that was one of them. Oh, definitely the sound. It was indeed a kick. That's why Mark Selby's having the cue ball cleaned. Sullivan, one of the few players not to use the new town chalk, which significantly reduces kicks.
This would be a clever little shot. Can he hide the cue ball right behind the pink here? Tried it. As he left the red into this left centre. He has. Certainly not a gimme. And if he misses it, he'll definitely be leaving one on. So pressure on this shot. No.
As soon as you see a ball going towards that near jaw, you know it's the death knell. They will not drop. Talk about the heart of the pocket.
Yeah, it was beautifully cued, wasn't it? Stayed lovely and still on the shot. And as you said, that wonderful noise off the back of the leather. And that's pretty indicative of how he's played tonight. Looks so much sharper. Go back to that match against Barry Hawkins when he was very, very rusty. Looked bereft of confidence. Second half of that match played a bit better, and he's just found something maybe. Completely different player tonight, Mark Selby.
Nine.
He's got a nice angle here. Definitely going to go into the pack, and you always need a little bit of luck when you go into this pack. You know, never guaranteed to be on something, but he needs a cue par. Split him open. He has done, and I think he's okay. The bottom red pots. Wonderful
16.
shot.
If you're just coming in, you're looking at the scoreline, you might think, Selby has put the grind on O'Sullivan. That's not the story at all. The bedrock of his success so far has been
17.
extremely heavy scoring. And there's an opportunity here to enhance that.
24. $25.
Yeah, a little bit short of pace, but he still should be okay. These two reds towards the yellow pocket shouldn't be a problem. Nicely played. Lovely touch.
30. $31.
He will be loving this. The quality of his performance and who he's beating.
Yeah, they've had a great rivalry, haven't they, over the last 10 or so years.
35.
Played in all the major finals, UK's, Worlds, Masters. Completely different characters.
36.
Wonderful winners, both of them.
We've been saying for
40.
ages, Selby needs confidence. What's the best way to bolster confidence? To totally dominate Ronnie O'Sullivan. Nothing more difficult. Nothing more satisfying.
$41.
And this isn't just one match. This could have a impactful consequence for the rest of the season as Selby puts another frame away.
47. $48.
Yeah, it just looks very assured, not hesitant at all, like he has been in the recent few months. Hasn't won a major for quite some time.
54. $55.
With the rest over the course of his two matches here, Mark Selby has been flawless. And flawless is a reasonable word to describe
59.
his match as a whole thus far.
Mark Selby, 59 and the frame.
Selby misses, but it's far too late to save that man's bacon. Mark Selby, astonishingly, leads 5-0.
Thank you. Frame 6. Mark Selby to break.
Frame 6 is announced by Desislava Boshilova, our referee. It could be the closing frame. Recoveries from 5-0 down to win 6-5 in pro snooker are rare. But if anyone can do it, the Rocket can. Right now, though, the numbers are very much against him. He scored 63 points so far. Mark Selby, 480.
And one thing about Mark Selby's character as a player, he will play this frame in every frame like he's 5-0 behind. He won't give an inch. Won't take his foot off the pedal. Won't take liberties. Ronnie knows that. He knows he's going to have to carve out his opportunities himself.
Semi-final of the 2020 World Championship. Sullivan winning 17-16, but that was only from 2 down with 3 to play. This is an entirely different kettle of fish.
Yeah, good return. Once again, he was glued to that ball cushion. And this looks pretty good if he's got the cover with the green. Almost. That slight cover. He may have to swerve it slightly. He's got to be careful. That red just on the right hand side cushion, he's got to avoid that. No problem. Bit pacey. Long red for Ronnie O'Sullivan, but far from easy. Much better than that. That was sublime.
Was that opening red the catalyst for the kind of brilliant burst only O'Sullivan is capable of?
6. Seven. 12.
Once again, short of pace and not enough angle on the blue, you would feel, to take the cue ball in and out of balk, so you may have to play this pink with the rest. Nicely played, and he's on the red into the left corner. Now, what sort of an angle has he got?
90.
It's not too bad. He may be able to brush the red just to right a bit out of the way. Yeah, lovely. And
20.
that opens the black now into both corner pockets.
If you go to
27.
Wimbledon, you don't want to see Novak Djokovic losing straight sets. Travel to St Andrews, you don't want to see
28.
Tiger Woods shoot an 80. The crowd here this evening have come to see Ronnie Sullivan. Can he at least give them a cameo?
35. $36.
Well, of course, Ronnie
42.
real off frames in minutes.
43.
That's what he has to do. It's almost no miss snooker from now on. But if you can win a couple of frames in quick succession,
50.
there's no doubt about it. It's something that he would relish, a fight back against one of his arch rivals.
51.
Doesn't need much more inspiration than that. Oh, it's gone wrong. It's gone wrong. That's end of break.
58.
It's just not clicking at the moment.
That's the worst possible outcome. Hitting the green, sticking the red on.
One.
Yeah, it was a safety shot he didn't have to play. He was trying to play a clever safety shot. He could have played a straightforward one, knocking a red up into the bulk area, keeping it tight down this end of the table. He had a good lead. He chose to play a more aggressive safety shot. Oh, it could be costly. Okay, a lot of work to do. Red on the left-hand side cushion, one on the right. The way he's playing, Max Selby, well, he wouldn't put it past him.
Four. Five.
That's gone slightly awry.
12.
Need a fuller contact on that red. He's going to have to use the... Well, yeah, he wanted a full contact on this red. Just hit it on the right-hand side.
Yep.
So he needs the extension, extended rest. Now, I'm just wondering if he's got the angle when potting this red. Would he be able to go into the red on the left-hand side cushion? That's what he's looking at. It's a possibility, this. He'll be playing with a bit of pace. He could remove the red from the cushion and maybe stay on the black still. Red's in. Oh, he just missed the red on the left-hand side cushion. It was pretty close. And that extra bit of pace, well, as you can see, he's lost the cue ball. But this was really close. Have a look at the cue ball. Just misses that red on the cushion.
Mark Selby, 13.
It wasn't a certain snookering behind the green, had to be really delicate. Now Sullivan can definitely see one red. I'll be able to see two.
Well, he's very reluctant to play this red. It's close to this left-hand side cushion. Because the double kiss is definitely on. It's so close to this cushion that if he tries to play it half ball back up the balk, could double kiss. He's trying to play a different shot. Oh, I tell you what, this is a marvellous shot. And he's got cover on the green. What a shot he's played there. Well, 5-0 up. No wonder will Mark Selby contemplate taking this red on. Whatever he plays, if he tries to play a safety shot, it's going to be very difficult to cover that red towards the left-hand corner pocket. He may be forced into taking this red on, you know. Well, what a shot if it goes in. Oh, what a pot. Wow, you got to be kidding me. That is incredible.
That's the definition of a hot shot. Spectacular, important.
You won't see a better shot all week.
Yeah.
This was incredible. At that pace, you had to be so accurate. And what a chance now.
It's subjective, of course. That's one of the best shots I've seen for many a year. Brilliant.
Nine.
I think this red that's below the black is possibly Ronnie's only hope. Coming back to the table. He may not play on the red behind the black just yet. He may leave that to last. Yeah, the angle. Well, as you can see, it's too straight on the black. So he played for the red beside the pink.
$16.
This time just screw back almost where his hand is now. The cue ball. Oh, has he gone too
17.
far? Has he gone too far? I wanted an angle that just dropped behind it and played the red into the same pocket as the black this time. You may have to play it into the left and pocket. Well, he may be just playing the black and he's just playing the snooker. He didn't fancy it. And this is what I said about Max. Even though he took that long pot on, he was forced into it. He could have easily played for this red into the left corner pocket. It certainly wouldn't have been as difficult, but he's trying to turn the screw here on his opponent. Red up into balk.
cue ball behind the black. No quarter given. He hasn't hit it hard enough, though. It's a poor shot. He may rue that.
Mark Selby,
In this framing, anyway. Poor shot from Selby.
Needs to rest. Oh, on the jaw. I think it's bounced.
Oh, I tell you what, Phil, this is not as easy as it looks. Maybe it's just off the cushion enough. But from that distance, still, he's got no control of the cue ball. He goes in and out of ball. He's got to be careful of the yellow pocket if he doesn't connect with this red properly. He's okay. He's away from the yellow pocket now. Is he past the balk line? Just about. Perfect.
Stop the car. $15 behind, so he needs all of the colours.
6.
6 pots away from a 6-0 whitewash of the greatest player who ever lived.
Eight. Yeah.
And just asked for the cue ball to be cleaned. Just composing himself. Nothing to do with a kick there. Just taking a little bit of time. Quick glance at the scoreboard. He's played as well as I think I've seen him play this season, tonight. Max Selby.
And remember, Sullivan began trying to protect a 16-match unbeaten record.
15.
Slight bit of adrenaline. Almost straight on the blue, but he's got a slight angle, so he's okay.
20.
Pink and black, acquired.
Mark Selby, simply superb. Breaks of 65, 91, 81, 105, 59, and then salvaging frame 6 from well behind on the black. You cannot get any better than that.